corruption. Leaders they hard to find, but you not 10 over 10. 7th head of state for Niger, former chairman NNPC, Minister of Petroleum and National Resources, former governor of Northeastern State of Niger. Man of integrity, man of plenty vision, man of honesty, oh, general, now you we know. Vote for peace today, vote for change today, vote for equity, CPC, na divine mandate, yo. Make una vote Buhari, make una vote Buhari, CPC now our choice, CPC now our choice, vote Buhari today and running mate Bakare, make una vote Buhari, make una vote Buhari, CPC now our choice, yes, you never know who be him running mate, oh, Pastor Tunde Bakare, na him be the running mate, oh, Pastor Flatteren Assembly, we know say you no go play us, why yo, man we walk with Gani for when me, you no go play us, mago, mago, man we sabi the law, oh, bring some law and order, man of God, you know we need the fear of God for Niger, General Buhari and Bakare, na the very collabo, carry sentiments, he throw away, carry emotions, he throw away, no throw away your vote, CPC need your vote for peace today, vote for change today, vote for equity today, shine your eye, today if you make the wrong choice, now yourself you go pay, make una vote Buhari, make una vote Buhari, CPC now my choice, CPC now our choice, vote Buhari today and running mate Bakare, make una vote Buhari, make una vote Buhari, CPC now our choice, peace and progress, vote Buhari, love equity, vote Buhari, no division, vote Buhari, only unity, Bakare, law and justice, vote Buhari, electricity, vote Buhari, economy, vote Buhari, water system, Bakare, good transportation, vote Buhari, our roads go better, vote Buhari, good education, vote Buhari, no more corruption, Bakare, people of Niger, it's not time to vote, Congress for progressive change, I say we dey capable, from local government level, to state level, House of Representatives, and House of Senate, governor aspirants, them dey capable, CPC need your vote, we need your vote, CPC need your vote, we need your vote. This project is sponsored by Alhaji Nasiru Dano, National Ex-Official, Congress for Progressive Change. Vote Buhari Bakare for president.
As you approach the footstep of the Sahara, you come in contact with the picturesque community, Daura. Apart from its historical grandeur and Islamic conquest, Daura's contemporary fame and national prominence is largely attributed to the fact that a Fulani chief on Thursday, 17 December 1942, Ado Adamu Ogdomoko and Hajia Sulehatu, a Hausa woman, gave birth to a son named Muhammadu Yasin Unisa Buhari, who today is one of the most accomplished citizens of this great country, Nigeria. A man whose moral pedestal is as high as that of any Nigerian, dead or living. The young Buhari made a decision early in life to become an officer and a gentleman by joining the Nigerian army after leaving Government College, Katsina in 1961. At the pinnacle of his career in the army, he was a general who headed various command positions in the Nigerian army. General Muhammadu Buhari came into national prominence in 1975 when he was appointed by one of Nigeria's heroes, late General Murtala Mohammed, to serve as the military governor of northeastern region of Nigeria, which today makes up 6 states. In a career full of exemplary integrity and zero tolerance to personal aggrandizement and affluence, it is notable that General Muhammadu Buhari was appointed at various times by the then Lieutenant General Obasanjo as Federal Commissioner for Petroleum Resources and later Chairman, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. It was under his supervision that two of Nigeria's petroleum refineries, Warri and Kaduna, were built. It is also true that today, General Muhammadu Buhari has never and does not own an oil block or a petrol station in the whole of Nigeria. Even when he later became the head of state, he still never allocated an oil block or petrol station to himself or any member of his family. At the helm of affairs in Nigeria, Buhari's regime was exemplary for probity, judicious management of national resources, and abhorrence of down-market moral values by those entrusted with the national treasury and public administration. The war against indiscipline became the mantra of that administration. After retirement, national assignment in form of the chairmanship of the Petroleum Trust Fund, PTF, was entrusted on General Muhammadu Buhari. It is on record that his dynamism in that office resulted in the most pivotal and massive construction of infrastructures in terms of roads, provision of water to rural communities, schools, etc., which is unparalleled since Nigeria's independence till today. General Muhammadu Buhari, assertive, honest, upright, and humble, and above all, an unrepentant patriot committed to the evolution of a new Nigeria.
As a result, today, we cannot sleep safely in our beds or drive safely on our highways in safety without power, without water, and without good roads. We lack all these things and which other normal societies have. We all know the problem of this country, and we have known them for the first 12 years ago and before, but apparently, it is only now that the PDP is becoming aware of them, saying that it will try to solve them. So where was the so-called largest political party south of the Sahara during the last 12 years? What stopped people of the ruling party from giving the nation electoral power, something they promised to do after 6 months of coming to power? What stopped them from securing the nation from communal, religious, and political violence, and from the new wave of terrorism? How many years do they need to do that? And after this glaring failure, they even has the temerity to ask for your votes. How on earth can anyone consider giving his vote to the PDP? Who in his right mind will consider 4 more years of this open thievery? Who in his senses will elect 4 more years of betrayal of trusts, or 4 more years of broken promises, or 4 more years of a collapsed and collapsing system, or 4 more years of economic mismanagement?
One of the most colorful features of the Nigerian nationhood is the institution of the Traditional Council. Throughout the thousands of big or small communities in Nigeria, you have men who sit on the thrones of their forefathers. Public administration in Nigeria is incomplete without our kings, obas, obis, emirs, and sultan who preside over the culture and the historical legacy of our various communities.
Here, seat of the caliphate, where our great-great-grandfathers established a system that treats everybody equally, fairly, in a just manner, in a very transparent manner, where there's accountability, where nobody feels neglected or thrown back as somebody not wanted. We're all equal, all of us. Whatever we do, we must thank God first. We must be God-fearing in whatever we do as leaders, because we must account for our stewardship here on earth when we get to the Almighty.
No wonder no administration or any social or business institution has ever ignored our traditional rulers in Nigeria. In campaigning through the length and breadth of Nigeria on a sacred mission, the Buhari Bakare presidential team has continually paid obeisance and extended deep respect and recognition to our royal fathers. While still propagating its message of peace, unity and prosperity, the presidential team was also rewarded with lots of advice and wise counseling from our ancestral leaders. Let's take you through a few of the most colorful moments of that journey.